Hi, Sabrina.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going good. How about you?
I'm doing so good. It's so exciting to have a very special guest, Sabrina Carpenter, on another Odyssey check-in. Welcome to the new studios. I was saying it was so nice to have you
have
live.
a human in here.
Yeah, absolutely. And people,
No, it's so cool.
we pulled out the best for you. We got them cleaning the windows.
We have humans everywhere. Yeah, it's really
is
active here. Thanks for having me. I'm so
Absolutely.
excited to be here.
Well, congrats on everything. I mean, the new single, Nonsense. And by the way, shout out to your Halloween costumes. I don't know when this will air, but Halloween just passed.
Yeah.
You did so good. UPS driver.
It's so funny. I didn't know it wasn't like a UPS costume. If anything, I was like trying to be the guy from Legally Blonde, and I found this costume. Then people were like, "Yeah, UPS," and I was like, it wasn't a specific delivery service, but I did that, and then I did Jennifer Coolidge from A Cinderella Story, which is one of my favorites.
Got
so
to do a
it was
couple. I love
fun.
that you left it open-ended. Like, shout out to anyone who wants to do an endorsement for another delivery service. I am not signed.
No, this is not UPS specific. So if
Amazon,
if FedEx
FedEx.
wants to hit me up, I'm still around.
That was fun. What were your plans? Did you do anything fun?
I got to spend time with friends and family. It was just like very easy. I was also like working in between, so it was kind of like a minimal effort costume year compared to other years I've had before. What were you?
My name is Brew, so I was a burrito. I dressed up like a burrito. And
That's amazing.
My girlfriend was hot sauce, and we had a great time.
We love like playing off of ourselves too.
Yeah.
Like I've never been Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but you would
Yeah,
think at this
your name's
point
perfect for
I
Halloween.
should just do that if I'm trying to
Easy,
like
too.
do an easy one. I know.
We use a black stuffed cat, and you go around.
And I have a real cat that I could use as well.
Perfect.
So
Is it a
that would
black cat?
also work. No, I can spray paint it. That's actually
have that.
Don't tell PETA I just said that. I'm
No.
not gonna do that. Oh my god,
No.
guys.
But that is
a
a thing.
joke.
There is
It's a joke. I'll get a black cat costume for my white cat.
yes.
There
that's
we
the
go.
one.
Sorry.
A fully what do you call it? Like eco-friendly costume that's made from not real fur. And
Eco-friendly and pet-friendly, animal-friendly. Yeah,
Everything.
no, definitely not like spray painting animals. So just want to let everybody know that.
Yeah. The only bad thing is when you do it something like that, you have to explain it to everyone at the party. They're like, "Oh, nice," and I'm like, "Well, no. The thing is, my name's Brew, so like I'm a burrito, and then you got to explain yourself."
Well, yours specifically takes, I think, a little bit of explanation because I
Yeah.
don't think I would assume that initially. But I also feel like maybe if people know you well enough, then they'd get it.
The people that knew me,
immediate- yeah,
they're like,
then
yes.
They're like burrito.
But it's not worth explaining.
What
and everyone
kind
goes
of
clever.
burrito?
And whatever Amazon sells, it was very
Tight.
basic.
Okay,
Just
we love a classic
corn,
though.
lettuce.
Great,
You know?
amazing, all the good things.
Speaking of all the good things, congrats on emails I can't send.
Thanks. Amazing segue.
Yeah, I think so.
Amazing.
Has anyone ever
segue.
segued from a burrito to your album?
No, this is definitely the first.
Amazing.
So you killed it.
Honored.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, over 250 million streams. It's probably up by now, but I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah,
those
actually
numbers.
just right. No, like 2 minutes ago, I think it's a 251. No,
Let me check right now. Let's look it up.
thank you
Get
so
it
much.
right.
That's so cool.
Yeah. How do you feel sitting with the album now for a little bit?
Yeah, sitting with things is crazy
Mm-hmm.
because I think as an artist, you always kind of can be hard on yourself
Mm-hmm.
and listen to things and be like, I should have changed that. But this is a project I feel very, very close to, and just getting off the road and getting to like hear all the songs live and do all the songs live and hear people like scream every lyric, but then they like put emphasis on specific ones, and it's so interesting to hear the ones they put emphasis on.
Because you know that resonated with them. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, and they all resonate with me, but I think it's really interesting to hear what resonates with them because they're kind of, you know, we're all kind of growing up together and dealing with things at the same time. So it was really special. I think this project for me was definitely a huge shift because I had, you know, gone through a lot of changes during the pandemic as everybody else did. And it took a long time to make and to allow myself to finish and close the chapter because it was just like one that I was like, this could probably go on forever. Like this portion of my life feels like a very pivotal like period of growth for me. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad people are like, you know, finding your music and loving it for that, and like, you know, discovering more of you as an artist, you know, as a whole, which is so fun to see. And you just wrapped the tour, so exciting. Did you have a good
Thanks.
time? Like it was a blast.
Nah, it
Best
kinda
tour
sucked.
ever.
No, I know, yeah, it was amazing.
Tight.
No, it was. They sold out every show before I left, and so that was like such a incredible. I could have never asked or assumed that after like 3 years off the road, that would happen. And the crowds made every single show so special. They were so loud. Sometimes I couldn't hear myself, and that was like it's just heartwarming. I mean, I don't know, like, especially it's such a wordy album. So I was like very, very impressed that they were as brushed up as they were. And yeah, I can't wait to do more. It was very special.
Did you experiment with anything new after like a couple years off of touring? Did you debut anything that was like, why not? Let's test it out.
Totally. I mean, other than just like in general, I really like to have fun with, you know, the set list and the arrangements. And I did this thing every show where I would basically play this game with the audience where I'd ask someone like where they were at in their heartbreak healing phase. And so I think, not to like sum it up into 3 phases, I think there's probably 47 phases of healing after a heartbreak. But it was like, are you really angry, or are you like missing this person, or are you kind of like already over it and you have met someone else? And then whatever they would decide is what song I would then cover for the night. And I would kind of choose something in that world and in that
What was the
vein.
most out there answer? You got someone like, whoa, like,
Oh, girl.
you need some help.
Actually, you know, there was sometimes they really threw me for a loop.
How do I get, what do I do
Because
with
their
this?
stories are just wild. It's, you know, it's people that they were dating for 6 years that ghosted them and they never heard from them again. And it's like stuff like
Jeez.
that. So then they're angry, or people that have like really come to accept that, you know, everything happens for a reason and that wasn't their person. And I'm like, it's fun being in a crowd and talking to such different people every night. So
Yeah.
that was very special. And that was something I never really got to do on any of my other tours.
Felt like every show was custom too. I loved, which turned into a trend when you did Nonsense, just shouting out all the talents. How did that start? Was it just one night you're like rhyming, you're like, whoa, that rhymed, and
No.
you started doing it every night?
That's so funny. No, when I was writing the song, there was so many alternate lines because I have a silly outro in the song anyways that I was like, oh, these are just funny lines that would never be in the chorus because they would go right over people's heads. And so there was so many lines that I wanted to use, and I was like, oh, maybe I should do some of them on tour. And then once I don't know, it just was the easiest thing for me to be like, oh, I'm in Atlanta. What rhymes with Atlanta? Let me like write 3 more lines. And then I did it for every show, and it was really fun. It's funny too, like when things become like a lot of the fans have loved it so much and they get so excited by it. And then, you know, there's some people that are like once something becomes something that people look forward to, then they're like over it. So I'm like trying to like find the balance of like, well, do I do it for the rest of my life?
Oh my
now?
gosh, can you imagine?
Or what do I do? I don't know. We're vibing. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it was very fun.
Can't wait for you to go to like Orange, New Jersey or
Well,
something.
that's the other thing.
You know?
Some of these places were actually quite hard to rhyme, and then
What's
I was
up,
like,
Hoboken?
shit. Yeah. Well, token, you know,
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
cloak, soak in. Like,
Okay,
there's
well,
a
you're
lot.
ready. I don't know.
We could figure it out. But
Yeah.
there was definitely some harder rhymes. So
Saugatuck?
what? That's a place?
Oh yeah.
Saugatuck?
Could be a bad word, but you know. It's
Well,
just,
totally could be a bad one. Well, there was enough bad ones. It was a funny. There was one that my mom was at the show, and I said something about wanting someone to rearrange my organs because
yeah.
it rhymed with.
your mom was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Well, sometimes you
she
just
might
gotta.
not know. She'd be like, oh, she's passionate about doctors and surgery.
Well, and she is a doctor,
Oh.
so I'm sure she took it as that, and
Yeah.
that was what I intended.
Sure.
Yep.
Another great segue.
Yeah.
The Nonsense music video.
Yeah.
That's a sick video. Like, you got a little she's the man moment.
Oh my
Got
god.
to be a dude and
Hilarious.
date yourself. How was that?
Hilarious. That was my dream. Like the second that I knew I was making a video, I was like, I want my best friends in it. I want to just dress up as guys and flirt with ourselves and have fun because the whole song is just nonsense. So, I mean, we really got to embody what it feels like to be a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least my version of a guy.
A lot of vape.
Yeah, well, I named him Sebastian.
Oh.
Like, he's kind of a ladies' man. It's like, whatever. Like, it was really funny. We were having so much fun playing
could tell.
these characters.
Yeah, you could definitely tell I'm like
I know.
unhinged and I love
It's
it.
so
It's controlled
funny.
chaos
It's controlled chaos.
in the
yeah.
video. So if you haven't seen it,
But
check it out.
I hope they like it because we just had the best time making it. The BTS 2 is like one of my favorite BTS videos ever because it's maybe more entertaining than the music video. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. So it was very fun.
Check them both out. Amazing. So what's like next on the schedule? What are you working on now?
Quite a few things.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the part where I'm always like, cool, what can I actually say? What can I not say? There's a lot more to come. It was funny the other day, my fans were like, is the emails I can't send era over? Like, I feel like it just started. And I was like, it's not over. And that's all I'll say.
Okay. There we go. That's
Yeah.
fun to hear. It's been so interesting too, like just to think about where your inspo comes from. Because I feel like in the past couple of years, it's a weird place, you know? Did you feel like you were kind of compressed in a sense, like where everything was kind of, are you in a new era where you're like, now I can let everything out? Like it's all going towards music?
I think if anything, I felt way more liberated in the last 2 years because I think everybody was at a place mentally where nothing was certain and every day wasn't promised, and it was like kind of a weird time for everybody. So at least for me, I felt very, very excited and inspired to just be as honest as possible, because also like, I am definitely in the prime phase in my life where if I'm gonna make mistakes and learn from them, it's going to be now. So unfortunately, sometimes I guess I'm doing that on a scale where people are paying maybe closer attention. And so maybe I have to be a little bit more cautious.
Yeah.
But I also just am trying to take it easy on myself. So I'm just
doing you.
Just doing me, bro. Like, no, it's been very informal for
sure. Do you
sure.
feel like you have to explain yourself in certain songs? I feel like you explain a lot of it. Like, do you feel the need to, or you're just like, no, I'm going to squash that now. This is what it's about.
You can never, no one will ever see anything from your point of view, like the way that you see it. So for me, like, all that matters is that I am speaking my truth. I know that sounds so cliche.
No, it's true, though. Like, you're hearing that more and more, especially the last couple of years. People are, like, having those realizations.
Well, and it's like growing up, people always tell you can't please everybody. Not everyone's going to like you. You have to, like, all that stuff kind of goes over your head until you realize you truly can't. And it's a waste of energy. And it kind of takes away from your energy to be putting so much energy into people that don't know you and never probably will really know you. And the one thing I've learned more than anything is if people don't want to like you for whatever reason, they're going to find any reason not to.
Absolutely.
It can be the easiest, dumbest, littlest thing. So, the people that do like you and do support you and love you, and those are the people to focus on, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing. So nice to get to meet you in person.
Me too.
So excited for everything that's coming up for
Thank you.
the rest of the year. Is there anything I missed or any message you want to give to the fans before we wrap?
Just thank you guys for all your support. Thank you for being so incredible consistently and putting up with me. I love you so much.
Sabrina Carpenter, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Amazing.